I'm Eli Journet, EP and showrunner of Dead City, and this is your episode insider, Old Acquaintances. When we first see Maggie at the beginning of the episode, I would say she's pretty messed up. We learn shortly thereafter that her son has been taken, so she's not in the best headspace. You know, we see her just destroying this walker. We all know it's not exactly about the walker. So she's in a rough spot, but she reels it in, she holds it together, and getting on her way.
You know, I had a hunch you were up to something.
And the one person out there she feels who can help her is the last person on Earth she wants to see again. Negan is a wanted man. He's on the run. He's hiding out, taking care of this young girl, Ginny.
Jenny, this here is Maggie. See, Maggie and I are old acquaintances.
As Negan explains, her father went out one night, and when she found him, he was a walker, and it was so disturbing that she never uttered another word after that. Her inability to speak, I think, kind of pulls on his heartstrings, and it makes him want to help her that much more.
A few weeks back, I got raided. Right before he took my son. Do you know what he did? That rings a bell, doesn't it? It did for me. It's the last thing I heard before I met you.
You still got a decent setup at Hilltop? Kids, school.
I put up that girl.
Maggie needs something, he needs something, and these are two people basically entering a business partnership. But of course, they have no idea what they're getting into. When Maggie and Negan are on the boat and they're approaching Manhattan, for so long, maybe since the beginning, I always imagined that it was going to be that the fog parts to reveal the city. We needed to hide that reveal because it was just so important. We'd been teasing the city for so long, and to me, what's special about that moment is not just the city, but the idea that this is the moment where Maggie and Negan, there have been all these things bubbling up throughout, all these little passive-aggressive jabs, and finally, it all comes out.
What I don't get is after all these years, you still think I'm the bad guy. I'm not. Ask yourself one question. How many husbands and fathers have you killed?
What you did. You don't ever put something like that to bed.
But then the fog parts and reveals the city, and it kind of snaps them out of it, and it's like something so much bigger is in front of them. It's a really special moment. This is not just New York City. This is not just any city in the world. This is New York City, the capital of the world, with the lights out. Who knows what's happening there? So, of course, we have to talk about the cockroaches. Every single person who read the pilot script for the first time, it was the first thing they mentioned to me. They said, oh my God, the cockroaches. Lauren Cohan, I think the first time she saw that, literally screamed. Jeffrey insisted on it being a live cockroach going into his mouth. No, I'm just kidding. There's actually a scene that got cut, when Negan and Ginny end up in the back of Maggie's truck. And Negan looks down and sees a little cockroach crawling around, and we get the sense he's not a fan of cockroaches.
Nope.
We actually had in that scene a live cockroach, and there was even a cockroach handler. But in the big scene in New York, that it's all VFX, and I really was blown away at how good of a job they did. This episode is really just kind of like the Heart of Darkness journey into the city. They're about to go on an incredible, crazy, dark, interesting journey.